There we go.
Awesome.
You're all off.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good. That works.
Cool.
That's good.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay,
See you next week,
guys.
guys.
All right, guys. We're gonna start down on our mat. Have your weights handy. My OCD here. Okay. Squishy ball is gonna be underneath your tailbone and weights down by your side. Get right into them. Yeah, you'll warm up. Okay, so feet just back at distance apart. Grab your ball, pop it underneath your tailbone, and just take a nice couple of breaths. So we're gonna start with arms from here. So grab your weights in your hands, reach your arms right up to the ceiling, and then hold there. So palms facing one another. Think of your collarbones being really wide. Your shoulder blades are flat against the mat. Let's give our head a little rock back and forth. No tension through your neck or your shoulders. And then think about your alignment through the rest of your body. So remembering that the back of your rib cage should be heavy. The front of your ribs are drawing towards one another. Got that course around your rib cage. Tailbone is tipping away that little bit. Nice even weight through the right and left hip. Even weight through the right and left foot. And then from here, just moving your arms. So you're going to reach your arms right up to the ceiling. As you reach up, your shoulder blades lift off the mat a little bit. And then retract your shoulder blades. So sliding your shoulder blades towards one another a little. Take a breath there. And then do that again. So reach your arms up. That's protraction. Shoulder blades can lift slightly. And then retract them back in. And again. Protract, reaching. So one more retract, slide those shoulder blades together. And then come to a neutral shoulder, so that's somewhere between those two extremes. Let's just open our right arm wide to the side. And then you're gonna press your right arm right back up. And then left, so opening your left arm wide, your right shoulder blade stays heavy. And then exhale, press back up. So anticipate what's going to happen in your body, right? Press your left shoulder blade down as your right arm opens. And then back up. Press your right shoulder blade down as your left arm opens. And then press back up. So again, so try to keep your weight as even as you can on those shoulders. Think about the weight staying even through your hips and your feet. One more to the left. Press back up. Stay. Now let's go both arms open wide. And then exhale right up. So with both of those arms opening, your ribs want to move as well, right? Don't let them keep those ribs tugging tight around your center. Your arms open wide, your ribs tighten up around your body that little bit. Exhale up. Nice and wide, reaching, and exhale, press. Two more here. And last one, let's go wide. Press up. And then stay. And let's go overhead. So reach just your right arm overhead, keep your left where it is. And then press back up. And then just your left, reaching your left, right arm stays right where it is. And press. Go right again. Left shoulder blade stays heavy, keep those collarbones nice and wide, back up. And then left arm reaches right, collarbone, or right shoulder blade stays heavy, and press back. Go one more each way here. You want that weight stay nice and even in your hips, even in your feet. And left. Press up and then stay. You ready? We're gonna go both arms. So think about your rib cage here. Don't let it lift. Arms reach. Doesn't matter how far they go. Just do not let your ribs lift. You don't want to become into a arched back, right? Reach those arms again. Go for a nice big exhale as you reach. And then inhale. Back. Do that again. Exhale, tighten up those ribs around your center. Reach those arms. And then right back up. Two more just like that. Reaching. And last one, let's reach those arms away. Press right back up. Take a breath and then just lower your arms right down. All right, hands on your hips. So right on your ribcage still heavy, you're still neutral, right? From neutral, let's rock our pelvis back. So we're coming into a little tuck. Hold there, low back press down slightly, and then tip your pelvis away. So kind of arching your lumbar spine like cat's neutral, and then do that again. So little tuck, holding that tuck, and then to that tip away. More like that, rolling back, think of shortening your waistlines as you tip back, and then tip away, lengthening your waistline, some more like that, tucking, and then tip away that little bit, and then find your neutral, so that would be between those two extremes again, just like with your shoulders, finding that kind of in-between spot where your low abs are working to hold your pelvis there, no tension in your back, and your glutes are nice and aligned. So just really think about low abs stabilizing you in this position. Now from here, turn your palms to face up to the ceiling, relaxing that upper body. We're going to lift our right heel. So you're on your tippy toes, and then just lift that right leg to tabletop. So even weight in your hips, try to keep it as even as you can. Think about your shoulder blades staying even as well. And then you're going to reach your right leg up. So reach out on a 45-degree angle, and then bring it back. And do that again. So exhale as you reach, and inhale coming back in. If you want a little extra challenge, you can come up onto your tippy toes of your left foot. That is a little bit harder. Your foot down. We're going to reach away and up. 3 more like this. Exhale as you reach, and in. Think about that stability through your pelvis, stability through your entire spine. Waistlines are staying long. Last one, reach away, come back in, and stay. Now grab your weight that's under your right hand, reach that up towards the ceiling. All right, now we're gonna go right arm reaches away from your right toe. Reach, think length, and then pull back in. So that makes it a little more challenging, keeping your weight balanced from right to left in your body, right? Take your time. Exhale as you reach away. Inhale back in. Exhale, reach away. Doesn't matter how low you go or how far that arm goes. Back in. Last 3. And in. Last 2. And in. Last one. Exhale, reach away. Come right back in. Holding there. Lower your right foot down. Lower that right arm down. Take a breath. Same thing on the left. So finding that second point in your body. Let's lift our left heel. Lift that left foot all the way up. Start with just the leg. So you're going to reach and come back in. So when you're moving your left leg, your weight wants to shift to the left a little bit. So think about what's happening with the right side of your body. You need a little bit more right obliques. A little more right inner thigh squeezing toward your midline as well, so that that leg doesn't just flop open. Your right one could flop open. And just notice what happens with your upper body. Are you tensing through your shoulders or your neck to keep yourself stable? Try to stay relaxed. One more like that. Reach away. Come back in. Stay. Grab the weight under your left hand. Reach that arm right up. Holding when you're there to reach left away from left. And then slow and control back in. Exhale as you reach away. Inhale back. Take your time. Big stability. Doesn't matter how far you go. 4. Reach. And 3. In. Last 2. Back. Last one. Reach away. Right back in. Lower those lower left toe, sorry. Lower your left arm all the way down. Palms face up to the ceiling. Come to that little tuck for belly button towards your spine. Press through your heels, lift your hips up nice and high. Hold at the top, grab that ball, just pop it off to the side, and then slowly let's roll back down. So articulating through your spine, one vertebra at a time down to neutral. Hold when you're there. Take a breath. And then let's do that again. Belly button towards your spine. Press through those heels up. Nice deep breath again. And then slowly rolling. Belly button to spine. exhale, lifting, holding this time. So knees are reaching away from the top of your head, nice even weight under your shoulders. Let's lift our heels up so we're on our toes and hold when you're there. When heels lift, you'll feel a little bit more through your calves. So when heels lifted, from here, we're gonna roll back down again. So same thing, rolling all the way. Go a little farther to go this time. Back to neutral. Take a breath. Keep those heels lifted, and then do that again. So belly button to spine press. Knees reaching away from the top of your head. Slowly articulate down. Keep those heels nice. And now we're gonna do one more like this. Last one, belly button to spine again. Exhale, press. Holding at the top, nice deep breath. And then slowly let's roll all the way down. Come to neutral. And then stand. Awesome. Now pop your hands behind your head. With these upper abs going a little bit. So head heavy in your hands. Arms are, elbows are nice and wide. You're neutral, right? You're not tucked, not arched. Ribs are tight around your center. Tuck your chin just that little bit towards your chest and then curl up to flexion. So when you're up here, take a peek down at your thigh. Keep your gaze towards your thigh. Keep your gaze towards your thighs, not the ceiling. Shoulder blades should be lifted that little bit. And then slowly roll down. Try to keep your eyes towards your thighs as long as possible. So don't just do that. You want to stay curled as long as you can. Finally, your head comes down, take a breath. Do that again. Tuck your chin a little bit, curl forward, holding there. So we got the eyes, right? Our eyes are looking towards our thighs. What's happening with our hips? So we're gripping through our hip flexors. Try to keep those guys relaxed a little bit. Slowly, gaze towards your thighs, all the way down. And then let's do that again. Tuck, curl up, holding there. Now last check we're gonna do, are you squeezing your glutes? Try to keep your glutes relaxed. Slowly coming down the glutes, stay relaxed. Take a breath. Now we're gonna come up and stay. So tuck that chin, exhale, curl forward and stay. So ribs nice and tight towards your hips. We're looking towards our thighs. Tailbone is tipped away, glutes are relaxed, hips are nice, and flexors are nice and relaxed. From there, lift your right heel and then lift your left heel. So you're on your toes, a little bit more low abs there, right? Now from here, bring your right leg to tabletop and then pop back down. Keep your upper body just nice and still for the first set, left leg up and then bring it back down. Pelvis stays level, right leg up and now keep curling forward, left up and down. Now let's add a little bit of movement with our upper abs. So we're gonna curl up an extra inch as your leg comes down lower slightly. Exhale, curling up. Inhale back, keeping your gaze to your thighs the whole time. Up and down. Exhale left. And down. Go right again. And down. Let's go left. And down. One more right. Exhale. And down. One more left. Exhale. And down. Lower your heels. Lower your body all the way down. And take a breath. A full palms face the ceiling, feet still hip distance apart. And make sure you can touch your heels with your fingertips. We're going to come up into a hip lift. So keeping your body neutral, just press through your heels and lift. Holding when you're up there. All right, so knees reaching away from the top of your head. We're not going to let our legs fall out. We're not going to let them fall in. So equal inner and outer thighs, helping to stabilize. Press through your left heel a little bit as you lift your right heel. And then pop that right leg all the way up. So if this starts to bother your back, or if this just doesn't feel good right now, bring your toes down on your right foot. That's totally fine. It's not just put that guy right up there. And if anyone wants a little bit more, you can bring your arms up to the ceiling. That makes it a little more challenging as well. From here, we're going to bring our hips down, almost touch the mat, and then press straight up. So when you lower your hips, your right hip wants to lead. Do not let it. Lower those hips together. You've got 6 more. Inhale down. Exhale, press. Remember, your body is neutral. Your waistline stay long as you lower and long as you lift. Go for 4. Lower and lift. 3 more. How's that left inner thigh doing? Is it still squeezing toward your midline? It should be. 2. Ready, 1 more. Exhale, press right up. hold at the top. Now from here, can you reach your right leg out so it's in line with your left? And then bring it back in. Constant pressure through your left heel. Right leg reaches and right leg in. You've got 4 of these. 4 more. Reach and exhale, breathe. And go for 2. And in, last one, reach away. Bring it back in. Lower your right all the way down. And then slowly roll all the way back to the mat. Take a breath when you're down there. All right, we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Let's do a couple of hip rolls, both legs down to start just to find that center in our body again. So press through your heels, lift those hips up nice and high. Roll all the way down. So really pressing each vertebra down one at a time. Tailbone is heavy at the end of the movement. Do that again, belly button to spine, press through those heels and lift. Roll all the way down. And then from there, just press through your heels with those hips straight up, holding there. Okay, so extra pressure through your right heel. You're gonna lift your left heel up. When you feel like you are nice and balanced, lift your left up. Or lift your left all the way up. You can reach your arms up if you want, arms stay down, doesn't matter. Okay, so from here, just remember, hips drop together, and then hips back up. Your left hip wants to lead, don't let it. You also want to put more weight into your left arm, right? Try to keep that weight in your shoulders and arms nice and even. Inhale down, press through your right heel to lift. Less work in that upper body. You're thinking about that right glute doing most of the work. 3 more. Exhale, press right up. Don't let that right leg fall up. 2. Right inner thigh, squeeze this to your midline. Last one, exhale, press up, stay. Now from here, reach your left, nice and long, and then bring it back in. So reach it out so it's in line with your right, and then bring it back in, not letting your left hip drop. 4, and then let's go for 3. And then 2 more, reach. And in, last one, exhale. Back in, lower your left, lower all the way, roll through that spine back to neutral. Good job, guys. Hug those knees into your chest, have a little roll around. Right. And then reach your legs straight out in front of you. Grab your squishy ball, straight out underneath you, I should say. Reach your ball up to the ceiling. So feet can be about hip distance apart. We're gonna go for full roll-ups here. All kinds of variations we can take. We'll just start with our basic full roll-up. If you need to grab onto your legs to come up, I'll show you that variation. So you can use ball. If you need a little help, I'm gonna show you what to do. So arms reach overhead for everybody, keeping your ribs tight around your center. As your arms come up, tuck your chin, think your ribs moving down to your hips. Keep rolling all the way, grab onto your thighs if you need to come all the way up. Take a breath. Stack up nice and tall, and then roll right back. So when you roll back, think about your pelvis rocking back first. Then your ribs come back, then your chest and your shoulders and your head all the way. Nice and slow and controlled. Reach those arms up overhead. And then do that again. Tucking your chin. Reaching, curling all the way. Stack up tall as you roll back and pelvis first, ribs, shoulders. Keep looking straight ahead, not to the ceiling. If you look up, you're going to be flat, like a hinge, more of a hinge. We don't want a hinge. Same thing when you come up, look forward, look to those toes. Reaching zero, curling, reach on out. Stack up and rolling back. Reach your arms up, gets a bit harder. Whatever variation feels good for you. Reach. And back. We're gonna go one more. We're gonna stay up. Tuck that chin. Step up nice and tall. Ball between your inner thighs. Okay, so feet a little close to the hip distance apart, so you feel that little squeeze with your inner thighs. And then reach your arms straight forward. So top of your head, shoulder blades, ribs, and hips all in line. All right, and then we're gonna roll back. So think belly button to spine as you roll back. You're scooping through those low abs, your ribs come back that little bit, your shoulders come back that little bit. Stay right there. Now get those inner thighs a nice little squeeze together. And then from here, we're gonna go just arms up. Keep those inner thighs squeezing gently, arms down. So as your arms go up, it gets harder on your abs. Arms up, abs deepen, go for 4. And down, go for 3. And down, last 2. And down, last 1. Let's go up. Bring them down and then step all the way back up. Nice. Hold there. Okay, let's go again. Exhale, scoop, roll back. Hips, ribs, shoulders back slightly. Holding now. Remember, you're in a round back, not a hinge, right? So shoulders stay forward that little bit. Now bend your right elbow and you're going to rotate, look back over that right elbow, open your back there, take a nice breath, and then come back through center. Same thing, left, so your left elbow back, your right arm reaches forward, good, and back through center. Think about those inner thighs squeezing equally around that ball, so your legs aren't falling out, they're both squeezing towards your midline gently, left, and back. You'll go one more, right? Back through center, one more left. Back through center, and then use those abs come right back to sit nice and tall. Good. Grab that ball, pop off to this side. All right, we're gonna come on to our left sides. Right on down. Legs straight out underneath you. So your left hand can reach overhead. Left waistline is nice and long. Left ribs are slightly lifted away from the mat. You can have your right hand in front of you. Just try not to put all your weight down into it. All right, we're gonna start with just an up, up, down. So we're gonna lift our right leg up to about hip height. Hold when you're there. So feel that your right waistline is really nice and long. Your left waistline is long as well, and your left ribs are a little bit lifted off the mat. Now from here, don't jam into your right hand. All you're gonna do is float that left leg up. Squeeze it up, and then lower those legs together. Take a breath. So the higher your right leg is, the higher your left needs to go, right? So don't go too high. It doesn't need to be a huge movement. Squeeze that left up, and you control back down. So as you're lifting, you're also reaching. Reach away with your right. Reach away with your left, and then lower together. Up, and then lower with control. So if you want, try to bring your right hand onto your head. See if you can do that without using that arm to stabilize at all. It's not easy. And just think about what's happening with your shoulders and your neck. Are you ripping through your neck to keep yourself steady? If so, bring your right arm back down. Try to stay relaxed through your upper body. I would just go for a smaller range of movement. You don't want to be feeling your neck. Put that shoulder up, up. Control as you lower. We're going to go one more. Let's go up. Squeeze up and then stay when you're up. Now lower both legs just to a hover and then squeeze them back up. So inhale down, exhale up. So they're moving as one piece. Inhale down. Go for 5. Squeezing up. 4. You're working as you lower. You're working as you lift. Keep those toes reaching away from the top of your head. Up. Last 3. Last 2. Squeeze up. Ready, one more. Squeeze them up and then stay. Hold when you're there. Now scissor your legs. So just be a few inches apart. One leg forward, one leg back. And then switch. Just a few inches apart. Scissor and hold. Scissor and hold. Now your legs are wanting to drop, right? They're getting heavier. It's getting harder. Try to keep them lifting as you scissor. Lift a little higher as you scissor. And again, scissor, keep them lifting. And scissor, light touch with that right hand, scissor. And back, finish with your bottom leg forward, stay right there. You're ready, up an inch from there. And down an inch. Really feel those right obliques. Now 1 more inch up, 1 inch down, belly button to spine, legs up, control. Go 5. And down, really good. 4, little lift, little lower. 3, little lift, little lower. Last 2. And down, last 1, exhale, lift right on up, hold legs together, and then lower all the way down. Okay, now bend your knees. Your legs are gonna be 90-degree angles. So shins parallel with the front edge of your mat, kind of thing, like you're sitting perfectly in a little chair. So heels not under your bums, remember? Yeah, you got it. Okay, so from here, lift your right leg up so you're at about hip height. Stay there, just take a little breath. Okay, now lower down to a hover. Just a hover, and then come right back up. Inhale, hover, and exhale as you lift. So as you're doing this, we should be neutral, right? So if I was standing up, my tail would be behind me a little bit. My tail would not be tucking under, right? Everyone think of those wide sitting bones up and control. Exhale up and control. And your knee and your foot get to the same height, and then they lower down together. Get to that same height, just hip height and lower. 3 more. Control. Last 2. Control. Go 1 more up. And then stay now, circle your leg around. So just little circles, your thigh bone is circling. The shape of your leg does not change. Go 5. Exhale, 4. Your low abs are keeping your pelvis nice and still, right? 3, 2. Last 1, and then go the other way around. Keep that pelvis nice and still, even if it means your circles are teeny, that's absolutely fine. Go 4, 3, 2, last 1. Now kick that leg all the way out underneath you, stretch it right out, reach through your heel, hold when you're there, and then bend that leg back into that 90-degree angle. So you're gonna kick right out underneath you, kick straight down, and then bend it back in. So kick that leg out, keep it at hip height, don't let it just drop. Waistlines are long, and then keep everything nice and long as you bend in. Good, go for 5 like that, reaching. And in. Go for 4, reaching. And in. And in, last 2. You ready? We're gonna go 1 more. Exhale, kick straight out, hold when you're out there. Now point your toes up to the ceiling. And then put your toes down to the ground. So that's lateral rotation. And then medial rotation. Like you're turning a door handle with your heel, turn. And then turn it the other way. Keep your hips nice and still as you do that. You've got 4. And in 3 more, go out. And in last 2, out. And in last 1, turn out, turn in, and then bend it right in. Okay, let's give that right foot a little bit of stretch out. So right foot and your left knee, hug behind that left knee. Take a nice couple of breaths. Remember, try to stretch in neutral, so waistline stay long, tailbone is heavy, shoulders still relaxed against the mat. Really changes the stretch here, your country for your shoulders and neck. We want to keep all of that relaxed. Take your 2 more deep breaths, letting that right leg open a little wider if you can. And then bring the soles of your feet together. So those legs flop open, like, and your thighs have a little stretch out there before we go over to the other side. All right. When you're ready, come on up. We do the same on the other side. So start with straight legs, right out. Maybe goes up, up, down. So remember, the higher you go with your top leg, the higher your bottom leg has to go. The object of the exercise is not to go as high as you can, it's to keep everything in alignment, right? As is pretty much the object of every exercise. So you're not going to let your right ribs press, you don't want to let your right ribs press down just to get your legs really high, right? That's defeating the purpose. Contrary to popular belief. Okay, so keep your left arm in front of you. Don't press down into that arm. You want to stay as relaxed as you can. Lift your lefty up those couple of inches. Squeeze your right up to meet it. And then slowly lower them together. The other thing is that as you lift your legs higher, that we want to do is, or not we want to do, but that will happen is that we will just tense through our neck to try and keep ourselves steady. We don't want to do that. If you're feeling that you are tensing through there, try and bring your gaze down, maybe move even in a smaller range, and slow control down. It's funny, my neck bothers me, so I'm not even going to lift very high at all, but I still do. Up, squeeze up, and slow and control. And then remember, if you want more of a challenge, instead of thinking challenge means a bigger movement, try to get an arm up. See if you can reach it up to the ceiling. See if you can add that extra bit of a reach through your legs. So try and really reach your toes over the edge of your mat. We're going to go one more. Up, squeeze up, and then lower to that hover. Stay there. You're going to go right back up. Inhale down, exhale, squeeze. Inhale down, exhale, squeeze. Good, so 6 like that. Squeeze up. Go for 5. Squeeze up. Go for 4. Got it. 3. Squeeze. Last 2. Your height does not matter at all. Last 1. Squeeze those thighs up. Stay. Scissor your legs, 1 leg forward, 1 back, and then switch. As you're scissoring, don't worry about how far they're moving. Instead, think of your ribs staying tight around your center. Think of that belly button pulling into your spine. Your head is heavy on your right arm. Your legs are staying lifted as you scissor them. Don't let them drop. If you want to, no. See if you can lift a little higher as you scissor for 3. Scissor for 2, scissor for 1, switch, and then stay with your bottom leg forward. Now go up an inch, almost done. 1 inch up, 1 inch down. Bottom leg stays forward, 1 inch up, 1 inch down. Maybe it's half an inch, doesn't matter. Up and down. Let's go 5. And down. 4 more. Squeeze up and down. 3 more. Squeeze up and down. Last 2. And down, last 1, squeeze right up, stay there, legs together, and then lower, go right down. Beautiful. Now bend your legs, 90-degree angles. Body is still nice and relaxed, neck is nice and long, tail is back. Remember, you're tucked under here, so if your waistlines are short, your glute is not going to work the same way it would if your waistlines were long and you were neutral. So try and keep your waistlines long, that's where you want to be. Lift your left leg up. Just a second. Also remember your heels are not underneath your bums. Your heels are way, way out towards the edge of your mat, so they're under your knees. You got it. Okay, so now from there, up and then lower just to that hover. And then back up. And lower to a hover. And up. Good, guys. Keep that tailbone sticking out behind you. Inhale down. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale down, sitting bones are wide. Exhale, squeeze. Go for 4 and squeeze. Go for 3. Exhale, squeeze. How are those right ribs doing? Are they pressing down? They're going to want to relax and press down. Try not to let them. Last 1, you're going to go up and stay. Now circle that leg around. So just smooth little circles. As you're circling your leg around, nothing else in your body changes. That's your femur circling in your hip socket. Core is keeping you steady so your hips aren't circling around with that leg. 4, Go for 3, 2. So as much as that is a glute exercise, you should also feel your core. Last one, circle the other way. And if you don't feel your core, just take a peek down. Are your hips dancing around with your leg? Try not to let them. You got it. 3, 2. Last one. Hold there. You're gonna kick that leg all the way up. So reach out through your left heel. Hold when you're out there. Waistlines are long, and then slow bend that left leg back in. Do it again. Exhale, press through that heel. Hold, and then slow and controlled. Come right back in. Exhale. And inhale slow. Exhale. Inhale slow. Good job, guys. 4, reach. Find that length. Keep that length through your waistlines as you bend your leg in. 3. And in. Last 2. Last one, go straight out. Last little bit of torture, turn those toes down and then turn them up. You can keep your foot flexed, just point down and then out. Good, go for 6. Think about the movement coming more from your thigh than your foot. The thigh bone turns in, thigh bone turns out. That's medial rotation and then lateral rotation. Go for 4, medial and lateral. 3, medial and lateral. Last 2, medial and lateral. Last one, in and out, and then bend that leg right in. Okay. Left foot in front of your right knee. Find that neutral before you grab your right leg. So keep your waistline long, and then hug that right knee if you can. You don't even have to lift off the mat to really feel that out. Think about keeping your neutral, keep your upper body nice and relaxed with your breath. Think of that left knee pulling it a little tighter. Two more nice big breaths. Press on that left knee to open it. Let's go exhale. And then let's bring the soles of our feet back together again for a little butterfly. Legs open wide and just really letting go so those legs can be heavy. There. Guys. And then let's go into our tummies. So just lie flat. You don't need anything. Just have your hands as wide as the mat, or have your hands probably better, so that your hands are on top of your elbows-ish. You're gonna look straight down. So your nose can hover off the mat just a little bit. All right. So just totally relaxing onto the mat. So let your shoulders kind of roll forward. Let your core relax. Your ribs are just pressing down to the mat that little bit. So we're gonna start thinking about our core. So think belly button to spine. So just imagine just lifting away from the mat that little bit. Tighten up your ribs around your center and then slide your shoulder blades down your back. So slide your shoulder blades down, but don't do anything else. Then from there, imagine you have a little marble in front of your nose. Roll that marble away with your nose slightly, and then begin reaching the top of your head away from your toes as you extend up through your upper back. So as you do that, you're gonna press into your hands and lift that upper body. So when you're up at the height of your extension, you should still be looking down. You're not here, that's not proper alignment for your neck. This is kind of more, you got it. So now from here, let's think, we lengthen a little more. Reach the top of your head away from your toes a little more, and then slowly melt all the way down. So ribs come down, collarbones. Finally, your shoulders can relax forward, your nose touches the mat again. Take a breath, let's do that again. So think about that core connecting, ribs tighten up around your center. Slide your shoulder blades down your back. Lead with your nose. Think of reaching your collarbones way out towards that edge of your mat as the top of your head reaches out. Nice deep breath. And then again, slowly articulate all the way down. So back one vertebra at a time. And do one more, just like that. Tighten up that core, ribs around your center. So shoulder blades slide down your back and lengthen and lift. Holding there. Okay, so if you can find a little bit more length, feeling the back of your neck is still long, lift your elbow. See if you can lift your hands and then hold there. So if you're feeling any tension in your lumbar spine and your back at all, just lower down a little bit, that's totally fine. If not, stay where you are. From here, you're gonna reach your arms forward just a few inches. As you pull your elbows in towards your body, can you lift a little higher into your extension? Just slightly, it's not a big movement. Inhale down slightly. Exhale. Inhale forward slightly. Exhale. Last one. Inhaling. Reach. Exhale back. Lower those arms, lower those elbows, lower those hands, lower those elbows, and then lower all the way down to the mat. Press yourself back to a shelf stretch, and then stay there. Breaths. They're really from the back of your tailbone, drop down behind you. Your arms are reaching forward, so feel that kind of oppositional stretch in your body. Okay, and then when you're ready, come on up to a 4-point kneel. A little more movement through our spine here. So hands under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Elbows are straight but not locked. Waistlines are really nice and long. Pelvis is neutral. So if you're relying on your mat, you have that little space behind your lumbar spine, right? So you're not here, you're not there, just neutral. And from here, we're going to come into a little cat. So drop your tail, scoop those abs up, really rounding through your lumbar spine first, then through your thoracic spine, then through your cervical spine as you look in towards those knees. Take a breath there. And then unravel all the way up. So bring your head up first. So moving through your cervical spine, and then your thoracic spine between those shoulder blades. Rolling all the way down until that tail comes out and you're back in neutral. And then head and drop that tail. Rounding. Nice deep breath. Start with your head coming up first. Shoulder blades slide together a little bit on your back, probably all the way down until that tail comes up. But 2 more like that, starting with your tail, scooping, rounding. And then all the way back out. One more, dropping that tail, scooping up. Lift those ribs right away from the mat. Right through. And stay. All right, so now let's kick our right leg straight up behind us. So leg reaches, your weight wants to shift to the left. Do not let it. Lift that right leg up. Your weight still wants to shift to the left. Don't let it. And then let's go left arm in front. So left fingertips reach away from your right toes. From here, just tap both down to the mat. And then lift. So just a little tap, a little lift. Doesn't matter how high, doesn't matter if you touch down. Watch your right elbow isn't locking. Watch your hips aren't shifting to the left. You've got 3 more of these. 2. Last one, let's go right up, stay. Bring that left hand in, bring that right knee in. You're gonna go right to the other side. So left leg kicks back, lift it up. Right knee stays under your right hip. Right arm reaches in front, left elbow isn't locking. You're just going to tap and lift. So no movement through your spine as you tap. No movement as you lift. Your neck stays nice and long for 5. 4, each time I'm lifting, I'm giving you a little extra press through my right knee to keep those right obliques engaged so I stay center. 2. Last one, let's go up. I'm going to go right back over to the other side. So left arm, right leg reach. And then step back in, go back over to the other side. So as you do this, as you alternate from side to side, you could really move your body around, right? You could do this kind of a thing. That's not what we want to do. I want you to think of staying as steady as you can. Reach, hold in, and then reach back in. Exhale, abs deepen, reach, and in. Exhale, abs deepen, reach, back in. So thinking about your hips, not swaying from side to side. Minimizing any movement in your hips, minimizing any movement in your shoulders. Yeah, very good, guys. Go for 2 more each way. Reaching is harder than you think. Hold in, exhale, reach. And 1 more here. And in 1 more here. Let's reach back in, and then sit back to a shell stretch again. Those arms forward, give your wrists a little twist. Okay. Then come up. 1 more little step we're going to do up here. So hands back under your shoulders, knees back underneath your hips, back in that neutral, ribs stay tight around your center. Long neck, so you're looking straight down, and then kick your right leg up on that. So right leg kicks out, press through your left knee as you lift that right leg up. And do a little peek down at your right knee. Is it directly under your, do a little peek at your left knee. Is your left knee directly under your left hip? It should be, right? We're gonna try and stay there. Now you're gonna bend your right knee and it's gonna come to the outside of your left knee. So that's medial rotation. And then you're gonna kick out in lateral rotation. It's gonna turn out the other way. So knee points to the left and then knee points to the right. So just like with that alternating swim prep we just did, you could really move your hips around. Try not to. Keep your hips as still as you can. That knee pulls across and then that knee kicks out. Knee pulls across and then kick it straight out. So as you're doing this, a constant press for your left knee will help to keep you nice and centered, straight up and down on that left knee. That's what we want, right? Yeah, very good, guys. Go for 3 more like that. In with control. In with control. Reach. Last one. Yeah, good. Nice, stable pelvises. Kick right on out. And then bend that leg in. Sit back with those wrists a little twist. Any of those ones can be done on your elbows to up your wrist level. This is the last one. Good shape. And then, when you're ready, so you can do like this if you want. That's totally fine. Or like this. Let's do your wrist too. Okay, so we're gonna go neutral, kick your lefty out without letting your weight shift to the right. Lift that left up and hold constant pressure through your right knee to keep your right knee directly under that right hip. Now bend that left knee and it comes to the outside of your right knee. And then turn it out. It points to the left. Left knee points to the right. And then left knee points to the left. Medial rotation in. Lateral rotation out. Medial rotation in. Lateral rotation out. Yeah, keep those weight lines nice and long for 4. And reach. Pelvises stay as still as you can keep them. Reach. Last 3. Last 2. In. And reach. Last 1. In. And reach. And then bend that leg right on in. Get back to that shell stretch again. Nice little twist out there. those wrists to twist, shoulders a little roll. All right, and then come on up. We're just gonna come into a little downward dog to bring ourselves up to standing. So step, we're not gonna on our wrist. Come on. Right elbow back, or right elbow, right heel back, left heel back. Tuck your chin. Pick up those abs as you press yourself right back to a downward dog. Let's walk our feet out. And then drop both heels nice and low. Both right up. Do that again, both heels right down. And then drop those heels, walk your hands into your feet, keeping those hips as still as you can. Hang in that forward fold. Your head a little rock back and forth. And then press through your heels as you come right back up to standing. Your shoulders a little roll out there. We're gonna finish standing. All right, so weights in your hands, feet about hip distance apart. Standing nice and tall. Okay, so we're gonna start just arms right in front. Open nice and wide, feel that nice stretch across your chest and your pelvis. You can bring your arms behind you slightly, arms in, and then up, do the same thing. Reach up and go into a little extension there. Reach back a little bit, arms here, open up. In, and then down. So we'll do that again. Reach straight up, open out, extension, in, little extensions. When you're extending, think about your upper back extending more than your lumbar, your lower back, right? That's what you want to do. Up one more like that, reaching. And in. One more out. Reach. And in. And then down. Now we're going to go straight up. Your head, you're going to go wide. Hold there. Okay, so from here, we're going to go elbows back behind us. We're going to down to a little squat. As you stand up, let's open back in through center, squatting down. As you stand, twisting back through center. Exhale up. Really feel that nice twist through your spine. Inhale down, exhale, growing tall as you twist. Go for two more each way. Inhale down, exhale. Inhale down, exhale. Feel that core connect as you turn. Last one to the right, exhale. Last one to the left, through center, exhale. And then come back through center, arms in the little cactus. Stay right there. Now from here, just forward and down. Inhale, forward. Go for 5 like that. Try to keep your elbows lifted like you're on a little table. And up. Last 2. Last 1. And we're going in and wide. Inhale, in and wide. Control. Go for 4. Exhale. And 3. Exhale. 2. Last 1. Ready? Coming down. Little squat as you stand up, reach straight up over. Do that again. Inhale down. Exhale. Go for 5. And think about those abs, right? Inhale down, exhale, press through your heels, feel that core connect. Down, exhale, heels press. 4. Last 2. Last 1. Exhale, press right up. Those hands all the way. Your shoulders a little bit roll. Okay, now from here, just bend your elbows 90 degrees, a little bit of a break. Bend low, holding when you're there. So give an extra little press through your left heel. You're going to keep your right leg to the side. So try to minimize the shift
to the left. Stay when you're there, take a little bit of a breath, and then pop it back in. So just a light touch down with your right, go out again, out, and in. Neutral spine, constant pressure through your left heel, and in, go for 3, reach, and in, go for 2, shoulders away from those ears, in, go for 1 more, reach, back in, and then stand right up, so you go up, and down, pressing through your left heel, up, and down, 5, reach, and down, 4 more, light touch with those right toes, 3, last 2, think about that left inner thigh slightly squeezing toward your midline, last one, come down, stay there, you're ready, then you're gonna go back, reach back, and in, exhale, reach back, and in, pelvic stays neutral, reach, and in, 4 more, reach, and in, 3 more, reach, and in, nice long spines, 2, left inner thigh still squeezing toward your midline, last one, and in, ready, last set, you go straight up, and down, 5 more, straight up, and down, 4 more, and down, 3 more, don't forget about that left inner thigh, last 2, last 1, up, drop that right foot. Anybody else feeling that? Same on the other side. Okay, so feet hip distance apart, palms face each other this time. So just go there, come right on down, take a breath. So constant pressure through your right heel this time. Constant squeeze with your right inner thigh towards your midline. Really think about that. It really changes it. So you're gonna go straight up left, not shifting your body to the right, and in. Exhale. And in, long necks. Open collarbones out. And in, you've got 3. And in, abs deepen 2. And in, abs deepen 1. Back in, you're ready, straight up. And down, exhale. And down, remember, come to neutral. Don't do that. Just straight up. Spine lengthens, back down. 3 more, spine long. And down, 2 more. And down, last one, right up, stay there, we're gonna go back. So keep those arms away from your body, drop right down, you're gonna go out and in. Nice long waistlines, neck included, looking down. Exhale. And in, right heel presses through the mat, light touch with those left toes. Right inner thigh still squeezing toward your midline, last 2. And in, last one. Back in, and then straight up. And slow. Exhale, press up, barely touching down with those left toes. Go 5. And down. Exhale, 4. And down, and 3. And down, last 2. Up. And down, last one, right up. Okay. Hop those weights to the side. Come back to the end of your mat. Okay, let's do that for a little stretch. So let's just reach those arms straight up. Take a nice big breath, and then we're gonna dive forward to that chin as you roll all the way down. Hold in that forward fold there, and then walk your hands out, one at a time. Gonna come all the way into a plank there. Step your right foot in between your hands. And then hang there for a little lunge. You can bring your knee down or not, doesn't matter. Just stay there. So give your left hip flexor a little stretch out. Nice couple of breaths there. And we're gonna go for a little twist too. Left hand can come down, reach your right arm up to the ceiling. You can look towards that right hand if that feels good. Next couple of breaths, and then step your right hand down, step your right leg out, so you'll be in a little hip opener there, and then come down as far as that feels good. And then curl your left toes under. Step your right foot back, so you're back in that plank. Step your left foot forward, right knee down. And right hip flexor. You can do that knee up if you want. Just a couple of breaths there, and then step your right hand in, left arm up. Nice. Any classes on time since we've been back, I feel. Left hand down, left leg turns out. And then just hang there. Left hip up stretch. And you just walk those hands in a little bit. Curl those right toes under, step your left foot back. Press yourself back to that downward dog there. Walk those feet out again. And then drop both heels nice and low. Walk those hands back, right, left, and then roll. Right over. Nice work, guys. Awesome. Thanks for joining, guys. Great.